What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's Zell Music here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust the vocal and the beat levels to try to be as balanced as possible. Now, let me just go on by saying you guys all have different preferences depending on the beat, depending on the style of music that you're making. So I can't say there's one way to do it. Some people want their beat to be heard more. Some people want their vocals to be heard more. So it's really up to the artist that you're producing. You just want to make sure that they're happy at the end of the day. Also, another thing to note is that every device is different. What sounds great in the car may sound slightly different on a phone, vice versa. Keep that in mind. This artist right here, he does R&B, and he wanted his vocals to sound as balanced with the beat as possible. Of course, many people do, right? But I mean, I had to let him know, like, we're going to do a lot of testing because we want to make sure that every device, everything is balanced. So we went to the car, checked it out, went on the phone, checked it out. He tried it on his Bluetooth speaker. So I mean, that's something you have to do if you want the perfect balance. Without further ado, man, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know if this helps. I'm trying to get to 10K. Thank you guys so much, obviously, for getting me to 6,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without you. I remember starting off with 0. Came a long way, baby. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got so far. Kind of stay with me because the volume levels are kind of all over the place. He was kind of in and out of the microphone with his lyrics on his phone. So in the booth, he wasn't all the way into the mic. So basically right here, I'm playing what he got.
How you gon' let a bitch lie on my name, telling you things that you ain't seen? Yeah, you so quick to assume and believe. No evidence, fake crime scene.
So I'm not gonna play everything, but basically, as you can see, I started to adjust. He came in real strong. So I used this volume trim to turn it down right here, because he came in strong, and then he kind of sagged off a little bit. Then he came strong again, and he sagged off. So you're gonna come across that depending on who you're recording, and they're gonna be hyped, and then you're gonna notice they're running out of breath or something. So keep that in mind. Also, if you right click, I use the gain envelope. You click gain envelope right there, and you can see, okay, the tails where he was real loud. When he came in, he was real strong. So these are things that can throw off your balance when you're doing it. So just to say the least, he was strong in some points, weak in some other points. So what I did was I turned down the beat. Obviously the beat was real loud too. He got the beat from some guy who made it -6. I turned it down to. That's usually the standard of what I do for the beat. And then the volume for the vocals, I did -5.5. I put it on left 4. Usually I center it in the middle, but I noticed with his voice, like just a little bit there, sounded better than the middle. It's straight dead on the middle. And this is also, again, for the volume purposes. And just as far as a bus, he's on a bus track. If you guys don't know what a bus track is, check out my video, subscribe to my channel, check out the other videos I got on bus track. I got a Pro EQ, the Tricomp, the compressor, the ARC compressor. I took off the virtual mix rack, and he has a room reverb. Other than that, there's nothing on the individual besides a waves tune. And that goes for all the tracks. I turned down his main volume level. I usually keep it at 0, but like I said, he was strong in some points, weak in some others. I usually gain envelope to help that. I also threw a master plugin on here, which is called Ozone 9 Elements by Ozone. And that helps crank it up. So without it, it sounds like this. And I'm only gonna play this a line.
How you gon' let a bitch lie on my name, telling you things?
With it, it sounds like this.
How you gon' let a bitch lie on my name, telling you things?
So a lot more stronger, a lot more power. So don't underestimate the mix. The master. So now that's all without the drop. Now once the drop kicked in, as you can see when I go to the verse, I turned it down to -4, which means I brought it up a little bit, because once that beat kicked in, he got a lot more hype.
How you gon' drop me because of a bitch? Hitting the switch, stay by myself. Give up the addy, not good for my health.
But he came in so strong again, I had to turn him down with the trim. But then he kind of like got quieter on this part. Then as you can see, so like I'm just messing with his volume manually on the trim. I'm cutting and I'm cross-fading because I'm like, man, I wish he would just kept it the same way through the whole time, but he didn't, and not everybody will. Going on, I see on the hook, I kept it at -4 because now he's on a roll. Once the beat drops, usually you can kind of keep them at that volume level that they're at. still be ready to trim a little bit if need be. And I'm also looking at the meter, the level meter, which is also another good thing for you guys to have. I'm a good eye, so I have.
Raise you up.
I'm looking at the 12 right here, but Studio One has a level meter, and if you go to K14,
Raised you up, broke my spine, found you lost, took what's mine.
as you can see, he's right here peaking over at -4 around there. And it shows you can do the same thing with the beat. The level meter helps you to see if you don't have a good eye for seeing on the mixer what's going on. So I just did that all the way through. And like I said, I had everything. So then there was times where he was like, let's go to the car and check it out. And it was too quiet. But then he plays it on the phone, the vocals are too loud. So then that's why I had a bus track. I didn't want to go through and do every individual volume setting. That was just too much for me. So what I did was I just would turn up the vocal bus or turn it down and do it exactly how he would want it, to where it was finally the perfect balance. And I had to let him know, like, man, it's not going to sound perfect on every single device, you know. So know what you're trying to cater to, who your audience is, where they're going to be streaming the most. So that's what advice I would give you if you have an artist, or if it's just your music and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I balance the volume for the vocals and the beat. So yeah, and also keep in mind that on your master, you're going to have an equalizer. So with the equalizer, and I'm almost done with the video, the equalizer is basically just, you might want to turn down the bass because the person who made the beat was super excited or something, man. You might want to turn up the mids, you might want to turn up the treble without actually adjusting the volume, because that is adjusting the volume. It's gain staging for just certain frequencies instead of the whole thing. All of it comes up together. It's like, nah, I might want to take out some of the lows and turn up some of the highs. So anyways, man, in a nutshell, that's how you adjust the volumes. It's going to be trial and error. You're not going to be able to perfect it overnight. No one has. It's going to be something that is preference, and you got to decide, like, what do you want? I hope you guys found this video helpful, man. Please leave a like. Subscribe to my channel, man, for more videos like this. I'm about to go on a roll. Again, like I said, on the road to 10K. Man, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, man. Zell Music, and I'm signing out. Gone.